Fine dining in the East to West specialty restaurant with an Asian theme. Scallops, a shared seafood platter, and chocolate tart. While we travel overnight from Crete to Santorini, have a look at some more of the artwork on the ship. Volcanic island in the Santorini group. A ferry, an essential link between the islands. Santorini provide the tender boats to give locals useful employment. Spirit of discovery with the volcano caldera in the background. No prizes for guessing, we are taking the cable car.
Oh, wow.
The Santorini volcano caldera. Santorini from above. Good news for the donkeys. They have now been retired. No more climbing those 600 steps. Colourful Santorini. You have to be very fit to live in Santorini. Steps everywhere. As always, a cat. At the bottom of the steps to the Church of St. John the Baptist. No expenses spared, but could the money have been better used elsewhere?
Started. You take it, mine's not working.
Returning to the ship for lunch and our afternoon excursion. There is a zigzag road to the top. Hair-raising ride. Edge barriers so low they are almost useless. Akratiri Lighthouse. the oldest in Greece, built in 1892, still in use today. These are the houses of Santorini, not snow on the mountain. Church on a hill. Takes dedication to walk up all those steps every Sunday. Numerous churches, some right next door to each other, like these two. Always a cat, again. Climbing into the hills, we can only see the Prophet Elias Monastery through the low cloud. Nearby is a shrine to Saint Irene, Santorini, from which the island now gets its name. Memory candles lit for our late parents. We don't know whom these icons may represent. The Orthodox Church uses icons to assist in worship. Icons are considered a window to heaven, and they help the faithful to focus on divine things. Would have loved to stay at the highest point to view the sunset. Safely down the scary road, we reboard our ship for the short overnight ride to Mykonos.
The Mykonos windmills, constructed by the Venetians in the 16th century to mill wheat. Another tender port, this time using the ship's own tenders. Everything is mapped out for our tender pilots. A busy hour or so as the tenders rush passengers ashore for excursions and for those like us who are just going to take a look around. St. Paul's Church at the harbour. Took ages to get a photo without people in front of it. Religious images for sale in one of the many shops in a labyrinth of narrow lanes. Having seen these motor trikes about, we know there is enough space for Gail's electric four-wheel scooter. We are amazed at the number of jewellery shops that exist in Mykonos. This is the window of just one of them. Churches everywhere. We are left with the feeling that there are more places in church than there are people on the island. Some of the churches are very old, as the worn-down steps testify. Some red to relieve all the blue on view. A simple pebble decorative piece outside a house. Suddenly the maze ejects us right in front of the windmills. Although it is claimed that they are restored, the thatching looks as though it could do with some tender loving care. A photo from another island of a mill with sails. They are unfurled like small jib sails on a sailing boat. Little Venice, a mix of restaurants, shops and houses. We went back into the Mykonos maze only to suddenly find ourselves out in the open, looking at this strange room extension. We have had fun exploring the town, but time calls and we need to head back to the ship. We watch as the last tenders zoom around, bringing back the excursion passengers. Just don't get the tender into the wake of a ferry. A last look at the windmills before we up anchor and head to Istanbul.
A shared seafood platter. Always a cat, again.